the punishment that the haters would like to see for Stipe? What am I missing here? So Stipe is being very reasonable, very upfront, and very forthcoming. Is it a pandemic? Rules in Ohio are pretty tough. He's a fireman. A little bit different. I mean, he's really got to adhere to this stuff. There's no room on that. So what is it that the people that are arguing he should be stripped really saying? Are they saying they want to see Ngannou fight Cormier? Are they saying if Ngannou fights Cormier, it has to be for a championship? And that's the only reason you'd strip Stipe. Does it have to be for a championship? And by the way, are we stripping Stipe so we're making this an undisputed championship? Or are we just doing an interim championship? When I think we could all agree that the winner of an Ngannou-Cormier fight, of course, is going to fight Stipe, particularly being the fact that they both already fought Stipe, and they're heads and shoulders the two best guys in the division. Like, wouldn't that be a little bit redundant? Do we have to make that for a belt? And if you're choosing to strip Stipe, if you just sit on that school of thought, what punishment do you think he's receiving? Certainly, let's say they go get on with it and they crown somebody else a champion. Obviously, when Stipe Miocic comes back, he goes and fights whoever that guy is. Can we all agree to that? Are we living that far in crazy land that we can't admit that? So if Stipe's next fight, while being champion, his next fight is for the championship, or if something weird happens in between and he returns and his next fight is for the world championship, what is the difference? I mean, in many ways, what is the difference if you're digging in and saying to hell with the rules in Ohio and to hell with the excuses that Stipe has? Okay. But what punishment is it that you think Stipe receives? That he's got to walk around for 3 months and doesn't get to say he's the champion? Even though he never lost the championship and two guys that he beat went and fought for the championship? I mean, do you see the problem with all of this? Not to mention, it just gives Stipe an opportunity to win another title. I mean, that's really a really weird thing. Matt Hughes did this. And Randy Couture even got into this for a little bit, where they were going out and they were defending championships and claiming to be like a 6-time world champion. And it's like, well, guys, it really doesn't work that way. And be careful what you're saying there. If you call yourself a 6-time world champion, that means that you had to have lost it 6 times. That's what that really means. You're best to win that thing 1 time and hold it for 5 years. That would be a real success story, not defending a championship multiple times and then calling that a new world championship. Now, we're getting lost in the semantics here, but in all fairness, it is very hard to go out and be a multiple-time world champion, particularly if you're very good, because that would mean that you never lost. I mean, it's kind of the Ric Flair approach. I'm a 17-time world champion. Yeah, okay, Rick, I agree with you, and you are, and that's true, but it also means that you lost the title 17 times to go and get it back. I just offer for you, this would be a unique opportunity for Stipe. Guy's a 2-time world champion. Very hard to become a 3-time world champion, particularly if you don't lose the belt. If they take it from him and he loses it in the office, he just gets to go and get that back. I only offer that to you because I hope it stings a little bit. I want that to hurt you. All of you who are trying to falsely and cruelly hurt Stipe, who has done nothing wrong, in fact, he's done everything right. Any one of you that's in that school of thought, I want that to sting. I want you to realize that when he comes back, no matter what happens to him with the power of the pin, he will be fighting for a world championship. If he leaves, he not only leaves there world champion, he now gets to become a 3-time world champion, which will be another record that has never been done in the heavyweight division. And that's going to stick it to you. And that's going to sting a little. And that's going to bring me pleasure.